Building your personal network of friends and business partners and mentors. And it's so important. It's gotten me probably 10 times further than I would be at my age where I am in my career. And I give it all to people. People are what gets you to where you want to go. People scale a lot faster than money, than knowledge. It's a real thing. You can't accomplish what you want to accomplish without people. And so this episode's not one you're going to want to miss. This is an episode about building a personal brand in your market. And to start, I want to talk about the fact that I'm big on starting your business wherever you live and are in person, because that's how you build brand. And building my personal brand. I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about your name, your brand, who you are, who knows you, who likes you, who wants to work with you. And that's what this episode is about, because it's so important. As people like you, if you're likable, they like doing business with you, they'll become mentors, business partners, private lenders, and your support network. And I'm going to talk about a lot of examples of why and how to build the network I have. And this isn't a braggadocious episode, but I do want to update you guys on how important it is to have this. And when I was 18, 19, getting into the business, I think the thing I did naturally, and I'm in the boat of all of you guys. So I look back at my Facebook messages. I sent out the "will you take me to coffee" Facebook messages. I sent out the "will you mentor me," all that kind of stuff. And pretty early on, I realized you got to lead with value. And that sounds cliche, but that's something I had naturally that I think has changed the game for me. But I want to tell you a story about how my whole rise to getting on the BiggerPockets show, being in kind of that inner circle, growing my network, and being able to get on the podcast and have that kind of brand happen. I was 19 and I went to the Thatch Wins event long before Thatch was ever Thatch. And he did these Springboard Wealth events in Seattle, and I still lived in Seattle before I moved to San Diego. And this was probably 2018. And I went there, and there was two guys, Nate and Taro. Taro was a big time investor in Washington. Nate was one of his partners. And I saw them at the event, and I go, man, I really wish I could learn from those guys. Right? I had probably done one, maybe two deals at this time. I was very new, still trying to figure out the post dropping out of college game. And I remember going up and watching, and it's probably a room of 400 people. They stood up and they told the story. And I go, man, I got to know those guys. Everyone knows those guys. I want to know those guys. And they weren't very open. Like, they weren't taking people to coffee. They weren't really taking people under the wing. And what happened is that night, and this is why I'm so big, and I believe if your intentions are the right place, things tend to happen in your favor. And you put the effort in, you show up. I went to the gym after I left that day of the conference, and I got on the treadmill. And I looked to my left, and I looked at the guy. Oh, that's Nate. The same guy who I saw standing up at this event was standing next to me on my treadmill. I go, holy crap, this is talk about divine intervention. And this conversation, me being on the treadmill at LA Fitness, late at night in Bellevue, Washington, changed my life forever. Because what it did is it gave me a non-professional way to get to know someone. And Nate, if you guys ever meet Nate Robbins, he hosts a lot of events, and you probably have heard of him, or you'll meet him eventually at an event. He is one of the most likable, upbeat, positive guys, caring guys you'll meet. And so I got off the treadmill, and I said, "You're Nate, you're Taro's partner." He said, "Yeah, I'm Nate, I'm Taro's partner." I said, "Awesome. Well, I don't know what you guys kind of operation you're running, but I've gotten really, really good at building out CRMs, and I would love to build you guys out a CRM for free." And I kind of showed him on my phone some videos of what I've been able to build for my company. And we'd done 2 or 3 deals this time, but that's what I mastered. I mastered, hey, I'm a geek on that kind of stuff early on. I want to figure out CRM stuff. And he said, "This is cool. We need this." And that got me a breakfast with him and Taro. That breakfast led to them pretty much saying, "Hey, if you want to be friends with us, cool, let's do a deal," which is normal. Let's do a deal. A lot of personal relationships start as business friendships. And that deal that I did with it, I brought them a deal. And this was a deal I could have probably made a $40,000 fee on. It was a pay-per-click lead. I still remember it. It was in Lacey, Washington, near Olympia. Juicy deal. I could have easily made $40,000, $50,000 in an assignment fee. But I said, hey, let's wholesale them this deal for $15,000, and let's partner with them. We'll give them 60, we'll take 40. We'll end up making 30 instead of 50, but we'll get in 1, learn the whole fix and flip process, and 2, building a friendship and a mentorship and a relationship. And I knew we'd be friends if we worked together. And so we did the deal. They probably made $50,000, $60,000 in a deal. We made our 15 up front and then another 25 on the back. So we did okay. And I got to know them. I started going to Charles' house for dinner. Nate he's one of my best friends. And we built a friendship after that. And that led to me getting a call one afternoon. I'm probably 20, 25, 30 deals deep here. Probably just got to our first $1 million in a year. And Carl calls me one afternoon. I remember this vividly. He goes, "Hey, Cole, Brandon Turner's throwing this invite only thing in Maui. And I shouldn't be inviting you, but I'm inviting you because I like you." And I said yes right there. I drained about all the money I had in my bank account between flights and hotel and the whatever $10,000 ticket to go to the event, probably $20,000 trip. And I went out there and I got to meet Ryan Pineda and I got to meet Brandon and I got to meet James Danner. I got to meet Investor Girl Britt. I got to meet most of the bigger players in our space were at that mastermind. It was the first time Brandon had never done it. I remember getting there the first night, sitting at his house and going, "I should not be here. I'm here because I'm likable and I'm here because people want to do business with me." That sounds braggadocious, but it brings me to my first point, which is being likable can get you much further along in life than you can possibly imagine. People like you. They want to be around you. They want to hang out with you. They want to take you under your wing. And if you're young and listening to this, especially, all those people who are experienced, once they've hit a certain level of wealth and a certain level of success, really a lot of what it is giving back. It's the next generation. And they want to, but they want to see you helping yourself. And so that deal, and I tell people all this time, trade equity for relationships. Like, people don't want to take you to coffee because you're young and you're cool and you want to make money. Like most of my personal relationships have started with a business relationship. A lot of them, not all of them. So trade equity in a deal for a relationship. I brought in business partners to businesses for a relationship. You have to be willing to spend money to get in the rooms you want to be in. So that next big juicy deal you have, instead of maximizing it, take it to someone you want to know, 50-50 with it, make them a bunch of money, and you'll build a friendship and a relationship and a business partnership. And that plus being likable can get you into any room. And then from there, it's doing good business, right? It's following through on your word. It's showing up when you say you're going to show up. It's investing in people, calling people, caring about people. That's the reality of it. There's so many bad actors in every business, but especially real estate. There's so many people out there that don't care about people. And I can't tell you the amount of times, you guys, the more and more successful people I became really, really close friends with, guys with 30, 50, $100 million net worths who you all know who they are. They're on the podcast or the host of the podcast or they're running the events. The more I got to know them personally, the more you find out, like, most people treat them like dog shit, right? Most people treat them so transactionally that you can make a huge footprint and most people that you meet by simply caring about people personally, right? And being a friend and not just someone who wants to get on the phone with someone or go to an event to get on someone's Instagram story or to get on their podcast or because you want them to lend you money on a deal. When you actually invest into people, every single time you do that, they're going to open their network to you, their resources to you, their experience to you, their knowledge to you. And they're going to become a person, not just a friend, not just a business partner, a lender, a consultant, a mentor, a backstop, and what they know and what they've gone through and the resources they have. That's going to become something you have access to. And then it goes downstream. I even have guys that have come through our coaching group. One in particular, Tyler Eaton, who's a super cool dude, who just wasn't making millions of dollars a year. He was trying and he was showing up and he was nice and he's likable and he cares about people. And we've taken him under our wing and he's doing great in business now. And, it's a real thing, you guys. Like, it's a real thing. And I can't tell you how many opportunities it's brought into me. I have some partnerships and some clients and some deals I'm working on right now that are mind-blowing and life-changing and only have come because people like me and want to do business with me because I treat people the right way. I care personally. I show up when I say I'm going to show up. I do what I say I'm going to do. I don't cheat. I don't lie. I don't steal. I do business the right way. And have I gotten stabbed in the back? Yes. Have I gotten effed over? Yes. Have I gotten stolen from? Yes. Because sometimes when you act that way, people take advantage and they see it as transactional. But on a long enough time horizon, if you do the right thing, treat people right over and over and over enough, you win. I don't know if it's the law of the universe, the way God made the world. I don't know, but it's true. I found it to be true. So if you take a couple things from this episode, this one is a very personal one for me about just building your personal brand and who you are. And it starts with trading equity or relationships to get doors open to you. And then once you open those doors, be nice, be likable, be eager to learn, ask questions, don't brag. Wait till you're invited on a podcast. Wait till you're invited to someone's house. Don't call up and beg to be on a podcast. Don't beg for XYZ. Show up, care about people personally, check in, and be a real human. And you will have a network that can get you through any hurdle, any obstacle, and help you accomplish your dreams on a timeline that's so accelerated. I can't even begin to explain it to you. That was a deep one for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. I got raw and real and got really into this show. yeah, I mean, I think the show spoke for itself. There's not a ton of recap or outro I need to do. But as always, a like, a share, a review means the world to me as we continue this journey on building the show for you guys and making it better and better and better. I do read the DMs. I do read the text messages, the phone calls. I do care about making the show what you guys need. And today was a bit of a tangent from that, but I still hope you guys find this valuable in growing your company and becoming an off-market operator. So without further ado, as always, you are only one deal away.